This is the sole reason behind how I built a 7-figure online business, and this might be the most important video I ever make, and it's only going to take me about 5 minutes to break it down. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then you might ruin your entire life. Look, I know that sounded really serious when I said that you may ruin your entire life if you can't lock in and focus on what I'm about to break down in this video, but I really mean that because this isn't the only thing that is holding people back in their businesses. This is the primary thing that's holding people back in any and every aspect of their life, and it's this. Mindset is more important than skill set. Now, hold up, before you click off of this video, just hear me out, because I'm not talking about some mindset fluff or some affirmations to make you feel good about yourself. I'm talking about the science behind how your brain and your mind work. So, look, what you need to understand is this. Dopamine is the number one thing that is guiding your motivations, your ambition, and your work ethic, and it is the key factor in why you can't do the necessary work required for you to be successful. So a lot of people, they've heard of dopamine before, and they think that it's a feel-good chemical, and that's partly true. But a lot of people, they don't realize that they have an addiction, or their brain has an addiction to dopamine. So look, a lot of people think that dopamine is a feel-good chemical that the brain produces. And like I said, that is partly true. But dopamine, it overrides your logic. And you need to understand that you are not your brain. And all that your brain wants to do is get high. So look, your brain basically works off of a series of ones and zeros. This is the most simple way that I can break this down. So a 1 registers as something that feels good, and a 0 registers as something that feels bad. And all that your brain wants to do is to hit as many of these 1s as possible and to avoid these 0s at all costs. So all that your brain wants to do each and every single day is get high, and it's going to tell you to do whatever each and every single day just so it can get its fix. It's literally an addict. It's a fiend. It's a dope head. So when I say that dopamine addiction overrides your logic, your brain does not care about your goals and what you say you want to do. Your brain does not care about what will make you feel a sense of fulfillment. Your brain does not care about your long-term success. All that your brain cares about is a reward. And then it wants to do whatever is necessary to get its reward again. And its reward here is just getting high off of dopamine hits. So your brain will push you towards what feels good, even if it ruins your life. And I learned this at a very young age, before I actually got this information behind how your brain and your mind works. I learned this years ago when I was trying to figure out what I was doing in my life when I was a younger man. In my city, my hometown, Lexington, Kentucky, I used to hang out at the public library downtown. And across the street from the library, there's this hot dog stand called Sam's Hot Dog. And around lunchtime, there was some type of service. I don't know if it was independent or government or whatnot, but outside the library, they would be handing off food and free lunches to the homeless people and whatnot. And a lot of days throughout the week, I would sit and I would eat my 2 chili dogs, and I would be having conversations with the homeless people. Now, some of these people, yeah, they did have actual chemical imbalances and something was wrong with them. But a higher percentage of people that you wouldn't even probably realize, they told me that the pursuit of them feeling good ruined their entire life. So many people told me that they went out with friends one day, or they were dating this girl and they tried this one drug, and it felt so good that they wasted their entire life, ruined their entire life, ruined their jobs, their finances, their families and whatnot, just to feel good. When I later started to study how the brain works, psychology, why people make decisions, and why it was hard for me to do the necessary things required to get what it was that I claimed that I wanted on a day-to-day basis, I realized that it all comes down to dopamine, and dopamine is the key motivator to your ambitions, into your work ethic, into your motivation. But if your brain is trained on feeling good from these things that simply just waste our time and take our life force, then that's all that it's going to do. And we need to basically brainwash ourselves for success. So, look, high stimulation, it makes the work feel boring. So whether this be social media, whether this be scrolling on your phone all day, whether this be porn, all of these things are high dopamine factors. And a lot of people's dopamine receptors are simply just fried. And there have been billions upon billions of dollars invested into all these things that take our ambition and waste our time on a day-to-day basis, that are just zapping all of our motivation, zapping all of our ambition. There's a reason why all of these people that create this stuff, for one, don't use it themselves and don't allow their children to use it, because they know that this will limit their life. They know that this will limit whatever it is that they want to do, and they know that the brain will get trained to hit all of these dopamine hits and will just want to do that over and over and over again. That's why people can't get off of social media. That's why instead of actually doing the thing that they supposedly learned about in a YouTube video, they say, oh man, I learned so much. And then they go and watch another YouTube video, and then they go watch another YouTube video, then they go and watch another YouTube video. And they feel like they've been productive when they actually haven't, because they haven't produced anything and they haven't taken action on any of the things that the YouTube videos say to do. And they've trained their brain to feel good from feeling like it's learning, when in actuality, you learn more through doing. That when it comes time to actually do the things that the YouTube video said to do, that registers as a 0. And then you say, no, I need to strategize more. My audience isn't big enough. You start to make all these excuses in your head, and you go back to what feels comfortable, and you say, I'm just gonna watch another YouTube video so I can learn more. I'm just gonna listen to another podcast. I'm just gonna read another book. I'm just gonna take another course. I'm just gonna sign up for somebody else's free masterclass, webinar, 3-day challenge, 5-day challenge, whatever the excuse that you're making. I need a YouTube banner, not realizing that who have you subscribed to or watch a video based off of the YouTube banner? It doesn't matter, but you are going to make every excuse possible, or not you, your brain is going to make every excuse possible just for you to get back into that mode to where it can get high. Instead of doing the work, it feels good to actually sit on the couch, binge your favorite show, and eat your favorite snacks. But doing the work registers as a 0. So your brain tells you, yo, forget everything that you said you wanted to do. Let's sit on the couch, eat our favorite snacks, and binge watch our favorite show for a few hours. Yeah, that feels good. So I can get high. So look, doing the work, reading, actually building, that registers as a 0. You don't get any dopamine hits from that, right? At first. So the result of this is that you lose interest in the things that actually matter and what you want to actually do. So if everything feels boring to you that is actually productive, then it's not the work, it's your dopamine baseline. And you need to realize that your dopamine receptors have absolutely been fried. Here's the thing that so many entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs do not realize about success, not only in business, but success at any and everything. Success is boring. Everybody that's out here on the internet showing all this lifestyle marketing, making you think that success and business and entrepreneurship and making money online is so fun and dandy, and look at this. They're lying in their marketing because it makes it look good. So then you'll make a stupid impulse purchase, buy into the dream, and then when you get some information and it seems very difficult, you're not going to be willing to do the necessary work required because it's boring to do the same task, the same boring task over and over each and every single day. You have to retrain your brain to get high off of the boring things. So this is the paradox. More dopamine equals less motivation. The more you consume stimulation, the less motivated you feel. Why? Because your brain builds a tolerance for it, just like alcohol. Think about it. When somebody hasn't drank before, 1 shot, 2 shots max, they'll be drunk. But if you drink all the time, it's going to take a lot more liquor in order to get you drunk. So overstimulation kills your ambition. And we need to retrain that. Because if you don't realize this, then you could just end up being just like a rat pressing a button and killing itself. So this is a study that was actually done to whereas they got a rat. They put this rat into this box or this environment, right? They basically put an electrode in the rat's brain, to whereas they could basically just hit its pleasure center, its dopamine, whenever at the push of a button, to whereas the rat would feel good. They then added a button to this environment, to whereas once the rat hit the button, the rat felt good, and the rat started to realize that, hey, every time I press this button, my brain or me, I'm going to feel good and I'm going to get high. But then what they did here is that they had placed like this floor to whereas the rat would be electrocuted if it pressed the button. Through the study, what did the rat do? The rat started to think illogically. All that the rat was focused on was hitting this button no matter what, even though it knew that it was going to get electrocuted. The rat would harm itself just to get to the button to press it. And it got to a point to whereas the rat stopped eating because it wanted the pleasure more than even just eating. The thing that it knows it needs for survival, it was passing up just to hit this button and get high and get high and get high all day. That's what majority of people are doing on a day-to-day basis, not only in life, but with whatever their goals are that they say that they want to do in entrepreneurship, in business, in building a YouTube audience, and selling their digital products and offers in communities and whatnot. They don't realize that they're the rat in this experiment. So when I say that you can become the rat pressing the button, the constant stimulation from everything that is created to just hit on these dopamine receptors and get you addicted, you stay in this addiction loop. So you ignore your health, you ignore your business, you ignore your responsibilities. You become no different than those homeless people that I used to eat lunch with back in my younger days. You become no different than the rat that's just sitting here pressing this button, getting high each and every single day and literally electrocuting itself and not eating just so it can get high. So you'll choose the quick hits over real life without even realizing it. And your brain has absolutely no context. Your brain has no reasoning ability either. That's what a lot of people don't realize. And that's why so many people aren't able to achieve anything, because they think that their brain and their thoughts are them when it's not. They're not able to separate themselves from their thoughts. One thing that really taught me this is meditation. That's how I started to release myself from this. Because I was like, man, why do I have the same 24 hours in a day as Jeff Bezos, as Elon Musk, as Beyonce, as Kobe Bryant. Why am I not able to do what I say that I want to do? And why does it always turn into, man, I ran out of time today. I'll do it tomorrow. Then I start to realize that tomorrow literally doesn't exist. Tomorrow is some fantasy world that doesn't exist where goals, dreams, and aspirations go to die. You show me somebody that says, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll show you an unsuccessful person. Because all those I'll do it tomorrows, they add up. Then it turns into weeks later, months later, years later, and then people think that they have a procrastination problem. But they don't. They have this problem. So I started to meditate, simple 20 minutes. And what I realized very, very quickly within the first few days of meditation was that, why is this so hard? Why is it so hard for me to sit there and just be and do nothing? And I would be sitting there, then I would open my eye, I would look at the clock, because I'm like, man, these 20 minutes gotta almost be up. I look at the clock, it'd be like 7 minutes went by. I'm like, whoa, why does this feel like forever? But when I say that I'm being productive and doing the work that I need to do in order to build my income, impact, and influence online, I don't have that much time. I say stupid stuff like, man, I wish there were more hours in the day. But why does 20 minutes feel so long when I'm doing nothing? But when I'm distracted by everything, time feels like it's going by fast. I realized that I wasn't doing anything with my time. Because I'm like, whoa, 20 minutes is actually a long time. Once I locked in on that, I'm able to do the necessary things required in a maximum of 4 hours per day. That's the most that I work in a work day, 4 hours. And I'm able to achieve what other people would dream of doing in a handful of hours per day. Why? Because I know how to actually lock in and focus in a shorter period of time than somebody else that's claiming that they're doing stuff all day when their attention and their focus and their dopamine receptors are just getting hit by every single little distraction. They say that they're going to do some work, they'll open up social media, they scroll. Then they say that they're going to do some work and then they hear an email notification, ding, then they get off. Then they say that they're going to do that, then they're like, oh, let me learn about this on YouTube. And then they can't even focus on a YouTube video because instead of sitting there naturally locking in and focusing, they're looking at the comments. They're looking off and scrolling on the sidebar and seeing what other stuff is suggested. They have the video minimized and scrolling through YouTube and looking for the next video that they're going to watch while the first video is playing. People don't realize that their dopamine receptors are fried and they can't focus on anything, and their brain has been conditioned to enjoy distraction instead of enjoying to focus and doing the work. So, like I said, your brain has no context. Your brain doesn't know what's good for you. Your brain doesn't know what's bad for you. It only knows, this feels good, so let's repeat it. And your brain will lie to you if you let it lead. Your brain should not lead you. You should lead your brain. This is another thing that meditation taught me. And this is how I learned that my thoughts are not me. Because if you just sit there in absolute solitude and just be, you will have so many random and crazy thoughts come through your mind that there'll become a point to where you're like, whoa, what was that? That wasn't me. And that's what I did to train my brain to, for one, be able to realize that every single thought is not me, it's just a thought. And it gave me the capability and the power to register a thought, be able to catch it, be like, that's not me, throw it away and ignore it. A lot of times I don't want to create a YouTube video, but I know that I want to. My brain doesn't want to. What my brain would prefer to do is sit down on the couch and watch Daredevil. But instead of that, I've retrained my brain to actually look forward to doing the work, to whereas once I actually do sit down to create, I actually get a dopamine release from creating. Once I actually do sit down and build an asset for my community, actually do get a dopamine release from that. And I get a dopamine release from providing something of true actual value that my community members get a win from. Literally, I felt so good this past Wednesday on our call. A member named Reggie just got his first sale, just got his first win. That wouldn't have happened if I wasn't able to lock in, retrain my brain on getting a reward for that, more so than sitting on the couch and watching Daredevil and getting a reward from that, right? And your brain also, it's like a dumb AI. And if you take it a level deeper, which I'm not going to talk about this in this video, but all this AI and stuff is basically just designed off of how the brain works also. So your brain is like a dumb AI. It has no reasoning ability. It doesn't know what's real and what's not real. It only knows what you tell it. The problem is that most people are telling it the wrong stuff and they're giving it the wrong prompts. So your environment and your devices, they're all engineered against you. Social media is engineered to hook you, literally. They have teams that's sole primary purpose is to factor up ways and conjure up ways to addict you so you will stay on the platform longer, turn your brain into mush so they can sell advertising space to advertisers. Primary source of this is your phone. You literally have this button that the rat is hitting each and every single day in your pocket. Think about that. And people are getting fried all day nonstop. People are distracted all day nonstop, and people don't even realize about focus. It takes your brain on average somewhere around 20 to 40 minutes, let's just say around a half an hour, to actually lock in and get in a state of focus. So when somebody is claiming that they're working on something, and then they get that notification or that text notification or that email chime or that social media notification or whatever, all the little ding ding bell that pops up on your phone, it's going to take your brain about a half an hour to get back into a state of focus just from when you check some stuff, look at something for a little bit and get right back. All right. So all this stuff is designed to distract you and make you a stupid, weak person. But you need to understand that you're not weak. You're just up against engineered addiction. But willpower alone, it doesn't work. I tried to force discipline and I failed. But my motivation to do the necessary things required to achieve what I want instead of what my brain wanted, that didn't come back until I actually reset my dopamine receptors. You can't outwork a broken dopamine system. The first thing that I did, for one, I started to practice meditation, but the most important thing was that I turned my phone into a boring brick. I don't even know where my phone is right now. Like, I don't even know what room in my house the phone is in. And that happens quite often. I have to yell out real loud, "Hey Siri." So my phone will be like, and I can hear it and I can go to the room that it's in. I deleted social media off of my phone. Every single app, I don't have it on my phone. I don't even have YouTube on my phone. Anytime I'm watching YouTube, I'm on my computer or I'm on my iPad. I took it a level further than that because I realized that even though I deleted the app off of my phone, I was still grabbing my phone every single minute on the minute. And that's when I realized, like, dang, I really am like an addict. I'm a fiend out here and I don't like the feeling of knowing that I'm addicted to something. I know the app's not there, but still I'm grabbing it in my pocket all day, lifting up my phone, unlocking it, locking it, putting it back in my pocket. I got off of social media. I haven't been on social media as far as either consuming or producing since 2023. That's when my YouTube channel started to pick up also, because I'm like, man, let me just make YouTube videos. A lot of people, and I think that I have a lot of willpower, but I'm a human. And a lot of people think that they can willpower themselves through this. But I'm like, that's just like you take a coke fiend, somebody's addicted to cocaine, and you just sit a Tony Montana pile of cocaine on their kitchen counter each and every single day. And then you just think that that person is gonna have the willpower to not snort up that powder. like it's not gonna work. So I needed to have a dopamine detox to reset my baseline. So I removed all stimulation, and then my brain started to recalibrate. So then suddenly the work started to feel exciting again, because guess what? I had nothing else to look forward to. And my brain wants to get high. I just took away all the stuff that is a limiting factor in my life, to whereas the things that would grow me was all that my brain had to look forward to in order to get that hit. So guess what? Reading that book, my brain wanted to do that. Recording that YouTube video, my brain wanted to do that. Creating that course for my community, my brain wanted to do that. So my brain wanted to build, and then building, it started to feel rewarding. So a lot of people, they think that they need new goals, or they think that they need to pivot, or they think that they need new strategy, when they don't. They just need a reset. And that's why I tell so many people that mindset is more important than skill set, and they think that it's just some motivational fluff. When I'm not telling you some stuff to just make you feel good about yourself. Your brain is already telling you some stuff that's just gonna make you feel good. Why do I need to do that for? You're already sabotaging yourself. So when I did this, the first few days to like the week, it absolutely sucked. It was boredom, extreme boredom. That's why I say that you need to train your brain to learn how to be bored, because so many people can't. Since I went through this mental exercise, I just see the world in a totally different scope. And I truly do feel like an outsider on a day-to-day basis when I'm outside in the world. Everybody's just walking around hunched over like this, nonstop. People don't even know how to just stand and wait in a line. I'm in line at the grocery store or something like that. Everybody has their phone out, just scrolling while they're walking. I'm at a restaurant. I'm seeing people that are sitting down, supposedly having a conversation with each other, and both people's head is down in the phone. People don't know how to be bored. One of my best friends came in town, and I told him and his brother and his daughters to meet me at my favorite pizza place. And they were late. They were like 30 minutes late. And he was like, "Oh, my bad, bro. What you doing, watching videos or something? I thought I was late." And I was like, "No, I was just sitting here." And him and his brother was like, you was sitting here for 30 minutes? Like, yeah. And they was talking about, man, I couldn't do that for 30 minutes, just sitting at a pizza place, just waiting. They don't know how to be bored, right? But the first few days to the week, it was extreme boredom, and my brain was having these cravings to just get high. But I didn't allow it to happen. But afterwards, my motivation, which is that dopamine, remember, your dopamine is attached to all the things that will actually make you do the necessary actions. It started to return normally. And this is why I realized discomfort is the gateway back to focus. And focus is a key too, because focus stands for follow one course until successful. So many people don't have the ability to focus on one thing, that they can't get anything. And this even goes back to just early humanity. How do you think people had the motivation to go out and hunt outside of basic survival? It's because they got rewarded off of going out and working for the day. How do you think these civilizations were able to build? It was because their brains got rewarded for going out. Their brains got rewarded for hunting. Their brains got rewarded for bringing back the kill. Their brains got rewarded for bringing back the food. Their brains got rewarded for building, right? Now what do our brains get rewarded for? sitting down, being lazy, and getting fat and killing ourselves with food. That is what rewards our brains now, instead of actual productivity. So discomfort is the gateway back to focus. And remember, your brain works on that series of ones and zeros, where ones registers something that feels good, zeros registers as something that feels bad or discomfort. This is the way back, not this. Because I'm telling you, so many people have been lied to through media, propaganda, and all this stuff, and they think that happiness is the goal. I just want to be happy. If you ask the typical person what they want to be in life, they'll just tell you some generic BS like, man, I just want to be happy. I'm telling you, you don't want to be happy. Happiness has gotten you to where you are right now because you're only striving after things that will make you unhappy right now. The goal is fulfillment, not happiness. That's why so many people are living miserable lives, even though their brain is doing whatever in the now to make them happy, because they're not fulfilled, because they're not willing to go through the discomfort to actually get the things that they do want that will make them feel happy within their fulfillment. So you have to remove your triggers, not manage them, not limit your usage. That would be crazy if a powder user limited their cocaine usage. No, you gotta cut it out. So not limit your usage, but you have to remove access. So you can't casually use addictive systems and expect control. And you need to realize that your brain will rewire to whatever you feed it. So if you feed it scrolling, it wants more scrolling. If you feed it actual productive work, it wants more work. And this is what people need to realize about themselves. Nobody is above this rule. Everybody, to whoever you deem to be the greatest in whatever field, to somebody that's accomplishing absolutely nothing in their life. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You default to your inputs. And so many people set goals for themselves. And I tell them that that's the wrong way to go. I don't set goals. I set standards. Because we never rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our standards. Think about that. There's certain people that only drink a certain type of water and they will not allow anything else. Why? Because they set that standard. There's certain people that won't eat certain foods. Why? Because they set that standard. We need to set new standards of inputs because we have 100% control of our inputs. And people don't realize that goals are outputs, but you don't have any control at all over your output. So I love to use Steph Curry as an example of this. If you're not familiar with who Steph Curry is, he's the greatest shooter of a basketball of all time. Steph Curry has absolutely no control over if the ball goes in the hole or not when he shoots it. As soon as he lets the ball go, it has a 50-50 chance of going in. Might go in, might not go in. But his goal is not the output of the ball going in. His goal is the input of the necessarily daily, boring routine that he does every single day to become the best shooter in the world. So when he gets that opportunity to shoot that ball, he now has supreme confidence because of all the preparation that he's done, all the inputs that he's done, the standard in preparation that he set for himself that so many people will not do, that he's confident that he will receive his desired outcome more often than not when he lets the ball go. So you default to your inputs. And so many people don't set input targets. They set goals that simply just turn into dreams. Like, how are you going to do that when you set no standard for yourself on daily inputs? So, like I said a little earlier, fulfillment most likely will not trigger dopamine because it just wants you to get high. High dopamine equals happiness. Like I said, the goal is not happiness. It's not the pursuit of happiness. It's the pursuit of fulfillment. Because many addictions feel good, but they destroy lives. And what feels good is not always good for you. This thing, food. I was just having this conversation with my mama yesterday. It's like I cooked these green beans, they weren't too good. Like I didn't really season them much. I left them nice and crunchy and just ate the green beans. She was telling me what I could do to make them taste better. And I was like, I don't think all food needs to taste good. I'm eating these because they do something for my body. If I was to make them feel good and cook them all down to they're really soft and dark instead of a brighter green and put pork in them and all that stuff, I'm taking all the nutrients out of it. But guess what? Tastes good. But it would only be harming my body when if I just eat them nice and crunchy and when they snap, it'll be doing something good to my body. So realize that nothing that you do or consume, whether it be books, YouTube, any of that stuff, nothing is going to work for you until you can get your mind to work for you. Mindset is more important than skill set, and you can build whatever it is that you want to build if you actually just have the mental fortitude to actually take control of your brain and follow one course until successful and lock in and focus so you can get your mind, body, and spirit all on accord. And then you'll start to see how not only simple, but then how easy certain stuff starts to happen for you. And then you turn into one of those people to whereas everybody else from the outside looking in is like, hey, how does he get all this stuff? How do they get all this success? Why does it work for them? And then they make every single excuse in the book on every single unfair advantage that you have that they don't have, when it simply just 9 times out of 10 comes down to this. And here's a free course for you, 5.5-hour free course that breaks down how you can build a successful online business for yourself, but you have to be able to lock in and focus on it. It's crowded at the top.